I'm off everything you wanted to do. Go on. That's what I said. Guess what? Coach got a little bit and try again.
All right, so the lesson, and we did several problems this morning, first period. This lesson, this is just a review over all the different types of factoring that we already did. So it's why we don't have to go real in depth. We already know how to use difference of squares. We already know how to factor trinomial. We already know how to factor by grouping. We already know sum of cubes, difference of cubes, all that. We've done those in individual lessons. Now it just throws them all in, so you got to be able to look at it to what to do. Okay, so I'm going to pick out a few, and we'll just do these. I got 200 and I don't like that one. I got 6b squared minus 17b minus 3. And we're told to factor that. Okay? First thing you always have to check for is GCF, and Caleb said there's not one. He's correct. Very good on that. So here's your thought process now. There's no GCF. It's a trinomial. 3 terms. What do you do when there's a trinomial?
A times C.
Good, Chase. So A times C, 6 times negative 3 is negative 18. I need the factors of negative 18 that adds to my B, which is negative 17.
Negative 18 opposing 1.
Good. Right? Everybody okay on that?
Yep.
Now, unfortunately, our A is not 1. So we can't just say, well, this is B minus 18 and B plus 1. When our A is not 1, we have to substitute those factors in for the B and do grouping. Remember that?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to put them in the order I've got them there. I like it like that. Is that all right if I keep it negative 18 first? I think it might work either way, but I'm just going to keep it in that order and see what happens. 6b squared minus 18b plus 1b minus 3. Remember this? Group those dudes up.
6.
What's the matter? Did I do something wrong?
I put 1B and he's complaining about it.
Oh, that's good. Alright, say that again.
6.
6b out of the first group leaves me with b minus 3. Here's where some people get confused on this problem.
Take 1 out of them.
Good, Chase. That's already got a b minus 3, so I don't need to change it. They don't have anything in common other than a 1. I got to put that 1. Normally you can leave 1s off, but you got to put that there. See what we did on that?
Hold on, will you go back?
Here.
Before you took the 6B out, I got ahead of the first one. Why'd you do that?
It was the greatest common factor out of this new group. And then this one didn't have a greatest common factor other than 1.
And how'd you do it?
Right here. 6b squared divided by 6b. And then negative 18b divided by 6b. Good. You got it. All right, so now we just got to write our answer. Okay? We got a b minus 3 and 6b plus 1. That's it. That's all she wrote. No.
Yeah, Astros.
I was for them.
I was not.
Really? You're a Dodgers fan? I couldn't be for the Dodgers because I'm the Cubs fan and the Dodgers beat the Cubs. So there, yeah, we were the opposite on that.
You're a Yankees fan?
Yeah.
I'm like you.
Okay.
I'm a Nationals
So
fan.
you had to.
Cubs beat the
I like
Nationals.
college sports. Red Sox. Red Sox.
The Yankees to me are like the private school in high school. They got more money in their banks. It's not fair.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I'm never for the Yankees. I know.
Deal with New York, man.
Easy.
I'm a Mets fan. Yeah, hold on. You said New York has all the money, but the Mets still suck.
The Yankees have all the money.
I'm an Orioles fan. Oakland.
They were bad. The Orioles were bad.
We should make a comedy show. I'm like a Mariners fan, you know.
I used to like the Mariners when King Griffey Jr. played. He was good. All right, we got p cubed plus 1.
I used to like Derek Jeter.
Yeah, he was good.
He was alright. He wasn't that good.
Alright, what's our plan of attack? P cubed plus 1.
Sum of cubes.
Very good. Very good, very good, Kelly and Michael. We got P cube's a perfect cube, we got 1's a perfect cube, and we got a plus sign. So sum of cubes. So our A, what's the cube root of P cubed?
P.
P. What's the cube root of 1?
1.
1. So we plug those in the A and the B spot on our pattern. A plus B is your first parentheses. Remember. Second parentheses is A squared minus A times B plus B squared. That's it.
It won't let me in my folder.
I don't know how to get in the portal. Can't help you.
It's letting me in my email, but it's not letting me in the portal. It's saying my password's incorrect, but I just changed it to this password and I know it's correct.
Maybe they didn't update it in their system.
They updated it to the email one. And I used my old password too and it's not working. They expire every 90 days.
For our apps, that's right up there.
Is that why I had to change my computer password? I have no idea.
It's making me angry.
Sorry. I don't know how to help you. I'll stay away in case you throw
I
stuff.
don't even need in it that bad, but the fact that I can't get in it makes me even mad. More mad.
Alright, tell me this. Is there, I don't know what y'all are laughing at, I don't want to know. Is there any other kinds of factorings that we've been over that you want more practice on? Like instead of me just picking a random one, is there a specific one we need to pick?
Let me go to the
Perfect square.
Yeah.
Perfect square trinomial, I like it.
This one was good choice.
Yes. Did one of those this morning, let me find that one we did this morning. There it is. 16m squared plus 56m plus 49. Now, this is a perfect square trinomial, obviously, since it's the top that y'all requested, but here's the deal. If you don't remember perfect square trinomial, you can do it like we did from before last by grouping. This one would take a lot longer to do that because your A times C is whatever the heck 16 times 49 is. And then you got to find factors of that add to 56, so it's not near as friendly. If it's a perfect square trinomial, and it'll factor as the square of two binomials, that's the way to go. So here's what you check for. Is the first term a perfect square?
Yes.
16m squared would be 4m times 4m. Is the last term a perfect square? 49 would be 7 times 7. If I take those square roots, 4m times 7, is that product half of the middle term? It's 28, half of 56. Yes. So that tells us that it's a perfect square trinomial. All we do is take the square roots of the first one and the last one. Our sign is whatever the first sign is. That's it. Yeah. Anything else? Plunkett is good. Where we're going next with this is
Do we have an assignment tomorrow?
tomorrow. Yeah. Next, after our assignment tomorrow, where we're going with this is we're going to have to factor stuff to find solutions. So far we've been getting to stop at factor. Now we're going to have to take it just one step farther and solve, but it's easy. All right, we good?
Yep.
Anything else? Different cubes, different squares, grouping. We've done all that.
One different cubes.
Yep. Let's look at one difference of cubes.
Wait, that's right. I have no idea.
125. This is a good one too. All right. Needed to do this this one. I'm glad Hayden asked. Y'all need to see this one. That's 125x cubed minus 27y cubed. Here's your clue. It's a difference of cubes because Hayden asked for difference of cubes. Reason he knows that, and you got to figure this out because you got to figure your A and your B out. 125 is 5 cubed. 5 times 5 times 5. So the cube root of 125x cubed would be 5x. There's your A. Cube root of 27. 3 times 3 times 3. And y cubed would be y. Now remember, if you don't know that, if you don't have perfect cubes in your memory, you can hit math, and I think it's number 4 that's got the cube root function for you. So you could type in 125 there and it would tell you 5. Okay, now this is a minus sign. So pay attention and use the difference pattern.
Richard James and Jordan James, please come to the high school office to check out.
It says A minus B is your first parentheses. Second parentheses, here's where people go wrong. Second parentheses says A squared. Our A is 5x. So you can't just put 5x squared. You got to square the 5 and the x. So for A squared, 5 squared and x squared. Wood stinks that they're locked out. Can't walk around to another door. Yeah, somebody was beating on the back door back there. A times B is 15xy. And then here it's a plus sign. Was that you beating on the door?
No, I'm civilized.
I was making fun of whoever it was, so I'm glad it wasn't you. And then the last one, 3y squared, means we got to square the 3 and the y. So 3 squared and y squared. That's it.
Sweet.
They were pretty good.
Okay, it should be. Factoring's pretty good stuff. We're going to do an assignment tomorrow, and then Monday we'll start using factoring to solve. Stick it in there. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Rachel got here in time for the grand finale. Woo.
Do we have an exit?
No, not today. No exit.